Welcome to the Gable Mansion, a house that is very modern and yet historically significant. It was registered as a historic landmark, I believe, in 1974 by the second owner. We're the third owner in roughly 33 years. The things that we're most proud of are kind of bringing it back to its grandeur. It was one of the most expensive homes built in 1885. It was around $20,000. The first floor has its original gas chandeliers that we renovated, all hooked and plumbed into the gas supply from PG&E. And each room has its own theme of wallpaper, hand stenciled, that's made in 100-foot long rolls, done by like a squeegee and ink. Second thing we did for each room was to scan in one of the borders into a computer and manufactured the carpet, then took that scan and made the border into carpet. So in each room there's a matching wallpaper border with a matching carpet border to distinguish each room. The attic, when we acquired the house, was basically a pigeon-infested, water-damaged, unfinished attic. And so we just decided to make it into literally almost a whole house itself. It's a roughly 3,000 square foot house now with a bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, family room, dining room, a gym with elliptical and treadmill, a number of different features. The ceilings are upwards to 22 feet high. The floor, we actually had to laminate what are called micro-lams to significantly strengthen the floor so it would take loads, and we've, through some of the tours, we've had upwards to 100 people. Well, the basement started out as about a 10 by 10, an unfinished basement where it was kind of a root cellar where they would do some canning and storage. We'd had a theater in our house before this, so we put in a very nice projection theater. Wine cellar, bathroom. A few years later, we wanted to put an endless pool in for exercising, so you can swim against the stream, and when you get tired of doing that, you sit on the back end and it's a spa. So it's some nice audio-video features. Some of the things that we found when we were doing the renovation, a lot of the memorabilia that the Gable family had left here, booties, some of the carpeting. One of the more interesting things we actually found also was when we pulled the old carpeting up, underneath of that was a single layer of newspapers, all from the same day in October of 1901. That were different newspapers from all around the state of California. So we saved those, and we eventually came to find out that that's what they used for insulation. One of the coolest artifacts we found in the house was as they were digging about 10 feet down, they found a block of steel that was about 24 inches square, probably 700-800 pounds, and on top of it, it had a set of blocks and some cables. And we figured that that was the counterweight that was used to hoist the wood and the framing and the building materials up to the second and third floor to actually build the house. In terms of the landscaping, there's over 650 rose bushes. When the first bloom comes end of April, the place just comes alive with color. Roughly 150-year-old oak tree. There's a number of carpet roses that I think add to the grandeur of that tree. There's a relatively large pool that has a wonderful waterfall. Grandkids have been swimming in it for years. I think the property is extremely family friendly. We have 5 grandkids that there's races around here, there's hide and seek, there's all the games that kids play, both in the yard and throughout the house. It's got the easy access to the 4-floor elevator, a very family friendly portion of the house. One of the things that Star and I always liked was tin ceiling design. And so we contracted with a company called W.F. Norman, who's been making tin ceilings since the early 1800s, and designed the dining room and ceiling of the third floor attic area to be tin ceilings. And one of the unique things of living here is that it's almost like living in a work of art. There are numerous stained glass windows that were made by Star. Only the third floor, there's a large stained glass cupola. In the master bathroom, there's a Tiffany design parrot and cockatoo window, roughly 9 feet tall by about 30 inches wide. The architecture is almost like a work of art. From the wallpaper to the beautiful stained glass to the hand-carved balustrades to the outside filigree. It's a very unique building if one truly loves arts and the grandeur of not only the time gone by, but the present time. It's a true joy. The town of Woodland, I think, really appreciates it and enjoys it. think it would be something that would be very unique that you would also enjoy.